a little bit more for you guys. All right, and there we go. That's probably good. Hopefully, you guys in the chat can help me. We actually have a knife up here from yesterday. We pinned this can, and we'll probably pin another can today. Show you guys this one. This was a guava sugar-free monster. Man, I had two of these the other day, and I couldn't sleep till 2. And I drank both of them before like 4 o'clock. So, yeah, I mean, I'm a coffee drinker, but apparently does not compare to monsters. Ooh, we're sore. I felt that. You ever do like a workout and you brush the rust off? Yeah, we're gonna do a bunch of axe and knife throwing today, folks. I'm just gonna throw as I grab them out of their cubbies to get this stream going. Oh, yeah, it's gonna take a few throws to get the rust off. I can already feel it. Oh yeah. Well, welcome to Danger's Edge, everybody. This is our daily arm workout that we do. So, stream or not, rain or shine, this is what I'd probably be doing right now. I do enjoy my knife and axe throwing on the daily. If you're a fan of the probably are aware that we throw knives and axes all the time. And where was I going with that? Sorry, my phone alarm went off. Oh, yeah, today in particular, I feel like I need to stretch. But man, I'm loving the results of all this throwing. Who would have thought throwing a hunk of metal every day, 600 times, would be good for you? A little rusty, it seems. Missing more than usual right now, which is still what 2 out of 13 or something. I don't know how many I just threw. Oh yeah, someone got a loud car. What do you guys think of loud cars? Personally, not a fan. Not impressed. Not impressed by loud cars. In fact, I think in general, I like things that are quieter. I think it's more of a impressive thing if you can get a big machine to be quiet than it is for a big machine to be loud. We have our pumpkin here too. We're gonna carve this up. We might have to carve it soon because I gashed it on accident, which means that it probably won't make it to our Halloween streamathon. Ugh. All right. Yeah, we're just throwing, getting warmed up. Probably do some challenges. I like to try to get 20 in a row as a good warm up. So maybe we'll try that. Let's get a bunch of axes on the board first to see if we can play the right side. Right there. We got a cute squirrel. I mean, you guys probably can't see the squirrel, but he's on the fence. He goes and gets the oranges every day. If he's still there in a second, maybe I'll show you guys. Right now we're doing some half spin. We're just holding the blade, letting it rotate halfway through the air. It's a very basic, very consistent way to throw a knife. You're holding a lot of the blade, like a lot of your hand, your flesh is touching the blade, so you have a lot of control compared to other techniques. So you can talk while you throw, and if you have a good setup like this, you probably know your distances, so it is a bit brainless. You could just stand and throw in the way that you know will go in, and then it's just a matter of aiming. But we missed one there, so we're restarting. We're trying to get 20, a relaxed 20. Just kind of keep it casual. Sometimes you can try really hard at things, and they don't actually. Actually, sorry, I'm distracted. I'm looking at the squirrel. You guys want to see the squirrel? My squirrel friend. You can see him there chowing down on a lemon or an orange. I'm not sure what those are yet. Must be good. Looks pretty tasty. He has about 4 of those a day. I'm cutting them off after that. He's getting too stressed out. Can't find his way home. All right, let's fix our angle here. There we go. I like to have it close so you guys can see the throws really good. So we just do this workout. I've actually been neglecting my leg workouts, which I'm going to make a point to do today, which is skateboarding. My workouts include axe and knife throwing for arms. I do skateboarding for legs, and then I do some backflips every day for limberness and mental fortitude, I guess, if I had to label it as something. Man, I'm loving this log here, but it's getting destroyed. Every throw is just chipping away at its life. It's a shame. But the best part is that I have the backside. The backside of the log is always an option to throw at. Sounds like there's a fire somewhere. All right, now we're moving to our knives. Show you guys some of the knives here. Got a nice medley here. Several types, several sizes, several shapes. We're just gonna try and fill the board. These ones are very loose. We gotta throw harder, or we're gonna end up knocking them out. There we go. Okay, so that's 15. Now we gotta grab my hatchets. So hang on one second. We're gonna get a solid 20. These are like my least favorite thing to throw, just because they're not as fun as a giant axe and easier than a knife. But now that the board's full, I'm really afraid I'm gonna destroy some of my stuff. So let's see where this one goes. Oh, we hit the pumpkin. Dang. So we got 23 there. 23 out of 25. And the reason we lost is because I did not consider space management as well as I used to. Usually do, I should say, not used to. You can see the board fills up and it gets harder to find the placement. So we'll start with our 20 challenge and just chat it up if you got any questions or you got a challenge for me. Also, let me know what you guys do for a workout because I'm always curious. I'm trying to add to my workout all the time, different activities. So let me know what you do for a workout or what you do for fun that is exhausting. Because yeah, I got a medley of things. I'm a backyard warrior. I like to have my workouts back here, and with that, I can pretty much do anything I want. So I do skateboarding, flips, axe and knife throwing. I got jump ropes, some weights. But I'm not really a weight kind of person. The weights are boring to me. Uh, so we're going for 20 in a row. That was 20. Oh no, we're going for. Oh wait, yeah, 20 in a row, which means that time I got 18. My bad. I think I said I got 23 last time. We'll start down here. We can get 3 on there. Ooh, almost. See, with space management, we can get 3 axes on the small log down here. That opens up a huge amount of space for the knives and hatchets later. So let's go. Let's try and get 3 down here. I'm not going to force it if it's there we go. So then we can put 1 there, 2 there, and now we got the whole board for the other 15. So let's get some hatchets. Ah, like I said, these little hatchets are not my favorite thing to throw. I gotta find my calibrate for them. That's what I meant to say. But the main goal of this stream, if you're curious, also there's been an animal digging in my backyard, which is very curious. Maybe I'll show you guys that. Our squirrel's still chewing away. Our squirrel is still. Oh, here he comes. Maybe you saw him. He ran past the knife throwing setup. I'm gonna check the chat after I pick these up. So if you have something to say in the chat, let me know, and then I can check it after I put these away. We're still going for 20 in a row. We had a great start with 3 axes down here. Unfortunately, I fumbled it. So I'm gonna I'll throw these first since I'm holding them, and then we'll check the chat. Ooh, I don't think I don't have enough room there for another, which is fine. We'll put them all right there. All right, let's check the chat. Mid challenge here. We got 2 people. How's it going? Enjoying? What's up, Andy? How you doing, Andy? We're back streaming. Andy, I'd love to hear if you have any suggestions about our stream. You are an avid viewer of ours. I'm curious if you have any advice on what you'd like to see more of, or some new stuff too. I know you want me to slingshot, but dude, I just don't have the space like you do. Unfortunately, I feel like I need more distance. I'd have to go somewhere else. I think, 'cause I think the point of slingshots is really about shooting really far away. Especially with Josh was making the good points, like that shit bounces back real quick. 2 more, 1 more. There we go. There's 20 in a row. We got our first 20 of the day. We got 2, 7, 11, 13, 15, 20. So pretty good start. We have a big influx of product coming in from Throw Club. They're sending us both their whole catalog of axes and knives, and they are going to give us a great offer coming up next week for our viewers. So Andy, I know you're looking for some throwing knives, and I'd love to do another stream with you. We can throw some knives together. So this would be a really good opportunity for you to get almost anything that we have here. Half of our stuff that we own is pretty much Throw Club gifts, and now Throw Club is giving us a discount for all of our viewers. It's a great time for anyone just popping in to get their hands on some equipment starting on the 27th, the 27th through 31st. If you join our stream, you can get access to 20 or even 50% off any kind of gear that we're throwing. And as you can see, it's working. Like you see us throw every day, you know that we got some good equipment here. And also, if anyone's interested, you could always get some stickers from us. These are our old logo. The knives actually are different in the colors. We changed it up. But if you're curious and you want to grab some new knives, new axes, or even some stickers, all you gotta do is be here next week. All right, so we did. Let's do some opposite hand stuff. Let's do some hand stuff. So we'll put one down there. We'll switch arms. We'll get some axes, just like that. Work out our right arm a bit. Pause there. I was like, is that my right arm? Yeah, I'm a lefty in case anyone is curious. Oh. But if you have a challenge for me, throw it in the chat. Now, I've been thinking a lot about making another channel on YouTube and doing more of just like life stuff, like talking about what kind of stuff I've been up to, what kind of movies. I'm curious if that would be another interesting tangent to go on. We always are trying new things here, but I think doing something more tame might be more enjoyable for some people. Even from no spin. Some nice throws. A little curve on them for some reason. They're like pointing to the right a bit. But we're just throwing for fun right now. Oh, getting that arm workout. I've been trying to throw my other logs and not the main one a bit more frequently because it's too much fun to throw at the main one. But I'm also destroying it quick. So I'm trying to aim at this lower one more frequently just to mix up my targets. I also got this one on the back I never throw at. There we go. All right, I'm gonna just throw some more. Yeah, we're doing opposite hand. We're trying to train this one a bit more. These two-piece axes are giving me a hassle. I mean, this axe is pretty much deceased. We might have to retire this one for this stream. I usually throw it until it snaps like a skateboard deck, ride it until it's broken. But sometimes it just becomes such a burden to actually use it. Annoying. But I really want to get better at my right hand. I probably have like 9 different throws I can do with my right hand. So let's try some knives. Right hand. Try half spin. Oh, we got a bounce back. See, we're a lot weaker with this hand. There we go. It's funny, it's like the exact same thing, but the muscle memory is different. There we go. So it's still in there. Just takes a few tries with that hand. Ah, and check the chat after I get these out. All right. Put some of our stickers on the knives just for some fun product placement. Or I guess advertisement. We got 3 people just hanging out. How we doing, everyone? Just throwing some knives. You want to see 2 at once? Pretty basic. There we go. Now we'll do 2 at once, but we'll do no spin, so a different technique. Just like that. 4 knives, 2 throws. Pretty fun. Mixing it up. I think the most I've thrown at once is like 5. 5 in one hand. These knives are particularly good at that because they lay over each other really well. See that? They just become like a nice layer. So now let's do full spin. So we're gonna hold 2. Just like that. There we go. So those are the 2 full spins. We're getting all sorts of throws here. Another goal of these streams is just to keep throwing nonstop, keep the muscles going. So there's some more full spin. We're on a sick combo right now. Let's try an instinctive for Josh. This is one I never do. I just feel like it's hard for me to feel the knife moving like that. Pretty good. And then there's the aria. This one I still have so much trouble with, Josh. It always like super over rotates. I gotta talk to you about that one because I'm curious if you're like trying to spin the knife or throw it more like a dart, you know? How's it going? Yep. How you doing?
What are you?
Love you too. What are you up to?
Just got back from
Ooh. Is there a lot of Halloween stuff at Goodwill? Like cheap? Because I want to like Halloweenify this a bit more, but I don't want to spend it was like $35 for a foam tombstone at a Halloween town.
I'll have to I can tell you if it's like really that cheap or not, but
Mm-hmm.
there's some stuff.
Yeah. Otherwise, what I do is I just spray paint Halloween stuff on the cardboard and for like pumpkins and witches. That's another way of doing it very cheap. But yeah, I'm just doing my workout, throwing, and
Breakfast. Woke up
mm,
that I'm gonna pack.
yeah.
Get 3 inches gonna cut my hair for me.
Oh, a haircut. Nice.
It's just a little trim. That's pretty much it.
Okay, sweet. Well, yeah, I will probably be home all day. Got a little bit of work to do still. Just working out right now. And then we should do a little planning tonight.
Big Chicago plans.
Yep. Awesome.
Melissa, she'll drive us around.
Okay, sweet. Also, maybe on pickup Sunday night, I think, or Sunday morning. Okay, sweet.
She the thing is she might be going to work at 4, so it's
Well, TJ perhaps, or it was like $20 to Uber home from Universal, so I can't imagine it's more than like $3 from the airport.
it used to be cheaper, but it'll probably be at least $15,
Yeah,
which is beautiful.
yeah, it's all on the work deductible scenario. All right, I'll see you later. All right, let's throw what we're doing. We're trying to do some aria throws. So this one, you pinch the tip, and it does a full spin like that. Okay, I'm actually figuring it out. Oh, Josh, watch out, man! Here I come. See, what I was doing is I was like, it is actually just throwing it like a dart, is what I'm realizing. And whenever I was doing it, I was kind of like rotating it while holding the tip, you know? But you actually let it go like a paper airplane. You don't actually try and rotate it. Even that's like over rotating. There it is. So I really actually have to start. Someone's playing music. I really have to throw that and not try and let it rotate, ironically. It's like the thing. Sometimes the knife wants to spin too much and you don't want to let it spin. Like, there we go. And then I just lose it on the last two. Let's see. I want to get four in a row for Josh. Four in a row of they call it the Arya throw because that's how she throws at the White Walkers in Game of Thrones. So it's more of like a don't rotate it. But then when I do that, it's still like still very hard to. It's a very light throw too. It's hard for me to add power to it without over rotating. So we're just having a light step today, guys. There it is. Very awkward. Here it is, four in a row. Not my favorite technique, but my favorite technique, and I think most knife throwers will say this is no spin. Such a beautiful technique. It's hard to see it from your angle, but when I push down on the ridge of the knife at the release, it goes straight. It doesn't rotate. It's like a spear. And that one actually kick flipped, which happens when you like push off on the ridge and you give it like a football spiral. I said a kick flip, but as you can see, no spin is very to the point, literally. It does not rotate. So what's great about no spin is it's the same technique from any distance. So when you get really far away, you really huck it like a football, and it just does not rotate like this at all. It's very cool to see it just like it's like a knuckleball if you play baseball. That's what it makes me think of as a knuckleball. There's some half spin. And I think if you guys hang around the channel enough, you'll actually catch it. You'll be able to tell just by how I'm holding it what I'm throwing. You'll be able to see a new layer of the stream. The layer I'm thinking about. You probably see a guy throwing knives, but I'm here changing my technique. Ooh, airball. There it is. So yeah, always changing technique. I like to say that knife throwing has a high skill ceiling because there's so many different techniques to learn and master and like exchange between them. Like right there, I'm trying to throw four different techniques as fast as I can. As fast as I can. Or I should say, I don't know, maybe I'm right in saying fast as I can. There it is. Four different knife throwing techniques right there. Boom, 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 boom. One, two, three, four. Boom, 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 boom. We got four people. How's it going, everyone? I'm gonna grab a drink real quick over here. So here's something interesting. Look at this knife. This is one I broke a while ago. You see how flat it is? It's completely lost its tip. That's the thing about knife throwing is it doesn't need to be sharp. It's the technique is what gets it into the log. You see that? So when people ask, the knives aren't sharp. They don't even need to be. You just saw that. That was like, I'll show you it again. In case you're wondering, it's like in there. It's also because my log is very frayed, but you can see it's not even that sharp. It's like literally a flat point. And these ones, I always say they're like Crayola crayons. They're not even pointy because I've been throwing them so much that I can rub my finger. There's no blade on knives either. Like the side part is very rounded. So I think a lot of people see it and they think, oh, he's throwing like a kitchen knife, but it's a very different anatomy. And even that one without a blade, a point, it ends at a flat, like it's not a triangle. Goes in great. I've actually had that one in a bucket for a while because I've been meaning to mend the point, but I have so many axes and knives, I don't really have to put the time towards fixing the tip when it still goes in as if there is a tip. Kind of funny. This is probably my most worn down thing. And let's give it a full spin. We over rotated. Here's some good full spin. You don't have to love it, but you gotta love it. Feels great. Yeah. Well, what else can I talk about? I can talk about this year. This year has been pretty interesting. There's a full spin with the big guy. We'll call him no tip. And this year for Danger's Edge has been really good. I think we're still trying to find our footing on the virtual landscape. It's a interesting it's an interesting dynamic having a YouTube channel because I think everyone who has one has a decision to make. Do they want to make exactly what they want to make, or do they want to cater to what has more viewers and attention and make it more of a job? And right now, me and Josh, the owners of Danger's Edge, are trying really hard to keep this a fun and sorry, hang on, it's having fun. Exactly what I'm talking about. Like we don't want to compromise something that we like to do for views and money. We want to be in that Venn diagram where we can have both. And I think it's also true that people are the best at what they enjoy to do because you put more into it. You analyze things deeper. You try harder. I'm trying to no spin this big guy now. In some ways, no spin, you can throw it harder, and in other ways, you can't. So we've done full spin, we've done half spin with the chipped tip. Now let's see if we can no spin it. And this is probably easier on my log, like I said, because it's so worn down. Like there we go. Goes in fine. Rough batch there. Yeah, we're just throwing. Maybe we'll pin a can. I'm kind of getting tired of pinning cans. We do like one or more a stream, and it just is very repetitive. It's definitely very fun when you get it, and you're like, "Wow, I'm amazing." At the same time, it's like I'd rather throw like this, where I'm throwing different techniques nonstop. Like that was 4 different knife throwing techniques with 5 different knives. So yeah, this is fun, and I'm trying to figure out how to make this more fun for you guys. I think when me and Josh are streaming together, it's really fun because we do games, we do challenges, and the loser does a workout. Underhand. Oh, there we go. Underhand full spin first tee. Love that. Especially in the world of AI now, AI slop. You're gonna. I think there's gonna be an influx, and people are gonna really appreciate content of humans being on screen and knowing it's a human on screen. And yeah, it's just very interesting times we're living in. Very interesting times we're living in. Ah, so let me know how AI is affecting your life because I know people who have lost their jobs already because AI is just going to do it. And it's kind of like you lose a plot, Mr. Billionaire, when like how are people going to afford your product if all your advertising for it is AI? You know, if everyone is out of work, no one's going to buy the stuff that you're AIing all about. So I think we need to starve AI. I'm not a fan of ChatGPT. I'll write my own everything. I'm not going to let AI write anything for me because it's a slippery slope. You also lose a lot of skills by just deferring to a robot. Ooh, cheers. So yeah, let me know what you think about AI. I don't think we should really indulge it. Any AI art, especially, is just like, ugh, what are we doing here? Taken away from what makes us human. AI can only copy. It'll never make for itself. In fact, it can only steal because AI does not ask for consent. This is a very scary thought. Very scary thought, folks. In an entity without a conscious ask for consent. Really? Can it? I don't know. There's also this whole thing with like self-driving cars, you know? There's self-driving cars that hit people, they run lights. Who gets a ticket? You know? Does the company just get a ticket? You know, like very interesting world we're living in. And AI telling people to do very dangerous things. Very interesting. So I'm gonna throw these five. I'll check the chat. It's been a second. And then maybe we'll try a challenge. Love it. Feels great. Constantly sweating. That's the goal of the stream. Constantly sweating. If we get to 10 likes, we'll do a backflip in the grass today. Say thing I do every day. I do a backflip. And yeah, I mean this week I've just been like working out a lot. And man, I'm tired. I feel stronger but also weaker. It's kind of funny. I'm sure you guys have been in this situation. But I'm going on a work business trip for a week. So I'm trying to really get my workout in. And last weekend I had family in town. So I was not working out. And the week before that, I was out of town, so I was not working out. So today is my last day before I go on a trip, and I really want to end on a high note so I look nice and ripped. Yeah, right now we're just throwing casually. I was thinking about doing a can pin, but kind of not in the mood. But if you guys put in the chat that you want to see a can pin, I've done it. I've done a lot of can pins. In fact, I've can pinned first try 2 times on stream, and I've pinned second try 2 times on screen, and I've pinned 2 different cans within 3 throws. So I pinned, I missed, I pinned. So I'm kind of like I beat the game in my mind. My goal was just to get to the point where I could pin first try, coming in cold, and I did it. So now I'm just like, sweet, I can check that off the bucket list, you know. But yeah, I've been thinking about making a new channel and just double posting for a while until that one is either a good success or not, which would be more about hot takes on just life. You know, I have a lot of you know, we all absorb a lot of content, and it would be awesome to have a channel just to talk about what I've been watching, what I've been doing, what I've been thinking, and just info dump a bit. Because that's kind of the content I listen to the most is people sharing their thoughts and experiences. And not even very structured. Like a lot of the podcasts I listen to are people who sit down not knowing what they're going to say and just talking to each other. And I find it to be very stimulating because they end up talking about things in a way that's not scripted and I find very organic. So it'd be cool to do a bit more like that, which we do here on the channel. We do it in these live streams. I'm doing it right now, just winging, talking, engaging with the audience if we had any questions. Fortunately, our stream seems a little dead right now. But like I said, this is my workout. I'm just sharing it with y'all. How about some axes? How about some axes? We threw like 100 knives right there. And let's see if we can start with a behind the backer. Behind the backer. Hey, second try. Second try. But that was a crazy overspin. We got like the tip of the devil horn of the axe there. So yeah, let's throw some axes now. I've been watching a lot of horror films. I kind of want to make a ranking, not a ranking, but like a what I'm watching this year kind of video. Let's do some other hand actually. I gotta work up the shoulder. Gotta work on my other shoulder. Yeah, I've been doing like a lot of movie watching for Halloween. This year especially, I've been in a Halloween spirit and I've done a lot of Halloween activities with the family. And yeah, gotta say I really enjoy it. It's probably my favorite holiday in terms of what you can go do. Like Christmas is like cool, you're with family. Everything is just jolly and you know, s- I don't know, just kind of boring in a sense. Or Halloween has like the festive kind of like carving and trick or treating vibes. But you could also go to like some scary movies or like haunted hay rides and haunted events that are more like adult themed, spooky bars and stuff. I've never really been to a Christmas bar. I'm sure they exist. But I've never gone to one Christmas bar event. So Halloween's cool. It's good for like the kids. It's also good for like the 20s and 30s. And then once you have kids, I bet it's even more fun because then you get to do all the kid stuff again that, you can't go trick or treating at 30, but if you have a kid with you, then you can with a clean conscience. So, yeah, I like Halloween. I think there's a lot. I think when it comes to bad movies though, Halloween takes the cake with bad movies. Although I think Christmas might be right behind it with like a lot of bad Hallmark, low budget, same story, different actors kind of vibe. Man, I'm feeling the workout from yesterday and the day before. Feel fatigued, but there's this phenomenon that I really find funny. I'm gonna think of a name for it right now before I tell you it. It's called the better busted phenomenon. The better busted phenomenon. And now, since I just came up with the name of it, I'll tell you what the better busted phenomenon is. In short, it means that you are better at things when there's damage. You are better at things when there is damage. What does that mean? I'll give you an example. These axes at one point were unused. They were brand new and they were pretty and they were great. They still are great, but they were brand new, untouched. And because of that, there's this attachment you have where you don't want to damage your brand new axe. You don't want to chip a chunk out of it the first time you use it. So you actually throw with a chip on your shoulder. You throw with this security. And once you chip it once you put that damage on it, that security is gone. And you're actually throwing at full capacity again. The same thing with like skateboards. When I'm skating on a new deck, I try to keep it in good condition, but the first big scratch it gets, the mind shift changes. I'm like, well, it's already damaged. Now I don't have to think about damaging it. Kind of like an old car too. Maybe you have a car that you've been trying to keep in good shape, and then you get like one big bump in it, and then you're like, you know what? Whatever. I'm not gonna think about the condition as difficult anymore. That's the better busted theory. Once you actually slightly damage something, then you get past the preserving it mindset and you start just using it for what it is more. Does that make sense? Let me know if you guys like that theory. I'm going to grab these and I'm going to check the chat. So if you have a question or a thought, let me know what you think of the better busted theory. I also think in like skateboarding, like or scootering, I used to scooter. I still do scooter and mountain bike, but sometimes you're looking at like the obstacle and you're afraid to hit it because you're afraid to get hurt. But then when you try it and you fall and you get hurt, but it's not enough to like take you out of your next try. But now that you're hurt, you're not afraid of getting hurt anymore. So you can try it full force. That's something I always experience. I'd try and hit like a handrail or a staircase. I'd try it the first try, nervous about getting hurt, and I'd fall in a way that kind of like maybe I hit my shoulder a bit or like I scuffed my kneecap. And then after that, the second try, I'm like, I'm so locked in to what I'm doing because I'm no longer thinking about falling. I'm no longer thinking about chipping the axe. I'm just throwing. I'm just skating. And that's like the best mindset to go into any activity like this. The better busted theory. What do you guys think of that? I need to keep throwing with my right hand. I keep forgetting. We're trying to work out our right arm. Although, see, when you throw axes, the real workout, the real workout of throwing axes is not this part. That's half the workout. The real workout is pulling it out of the log. So, if I always throw with my left hand and I pull the axes out with my right hand, it gives it a good workout balance. Oh, yeah, it's a great day here. We're just throwing casually today. If you guys have any questions, I'm down to chat. I'm in a chatty mood, so would love to hear some hot takes. Tell me something about your life. We can do like a phone therapy thing. Tell me what's wrong. I love uh I love playing dolls with other people's lives. Love telling people what to do. Love telling people what to do and then saying, but I don't know at the end of it, so you can't blame me. Right now we're just throwing with our opposite hand, trying to work out this shoulder a bit more. As you can see, axe throwing is not that hard, folks. And check out the title and description of this video because we are doing a big streamathon from the 27th to 31st to Halloween with our sponsor, Throw Club. They're going to be sending us all of their equipment to show you guys, and we're going to give you 20% off and even 50% off for early birds who want to take part in their sale. The Throw Club has been partnering with us many times, and we're doing this Halloween partnership that we're really excited about, and we want you guys all to show up and you know check out some of their product. As you can see, we've been throwing all their product for a long time. That one spot in the middle, for those of you who don't know, which is probably all of you, right here is a dead spot. Dead spot's like petrified wood. So you'll see constantly that right here is where the knife will fall out of the axe. The wood is like rock hard. And since I'm throwing underhand with my opposite hand, I gotta throw harder. I keep getting lazy with it. Now, when you're throwing, there's three different adjustables, I'll say. Three different adjustables to balance the trifecta in order to throw appropriately, throw good. The first is distance. How far are you from your target? That's a big one. That's one of the big three of how you're throwing. It's part of the calculation. So it's your distance, it's your rotation, and it's your velocity. Those are the big three. And there's one other asterisk for a fourth, which is extension. So if you're coming up short, you extend forward more to bridge the gap. So I guess there's four. There's extension, distance, how hard you throw it, and how fast you spin it. Between the four of those, juggling those four concepts is all you need to be able to do to make knives or axes go into the log at your will, especially for knives, because there's many different ways to throw it. Like that's half spin. I'm gonna grab the handle, full spin, I'm gonna grab the edge, I'm gonna fail, and there's no spin. So those are three different styles of throwing where I have to incorporate the distance, the rotation, how hard I throw it, and how far I lunge forward to meet bridge the gap of the rotation. Once you master those four elements, like the avatar, then you can throw pretty much anything you grab initially. You can give me anything and put it in my hand and tell me to throw it. And I think I could be able to throw it first try. Just give it a little weight test and then think about how that weight needs to rotate. Where is it heavy? Fun fact for you, everyone. If you're ever holding an item and you want to know where the balance point is, all you do is slide your hands slightly and you will find the balance point, just like that, any object. So this is a very centered object, even though the tip is missing. It's a fun way to find the balance point of anything you're holding. And a lot of knives are top heavy, and that just helps the rotation, same as axes. When I'm throwing an axe or a knife, I'm usually thinking about the heaviest part of it in my mind's eye. I'm thinking about the axe head, and I'm thinking about the loop it does on its way to the log. And that's like where you can start to figure out how to throw it as well. Those are all my tips. I'm gonna take a water break real quick, folks, and then give me a challenge. Put something in the chat. Say you can't do this. You're a loser, and I will try to not be a loser and do that thing. So give me a challenge. Just gonna take a sip. Ah, all right, let's keep throwing with our opposite hand. Let's keep throwing with our opposite hand. I want to build up this skill a bit more, which is fine. Like I can get them in, but there's like a smidge of uncertainty if I'm gonna put it in. You know what I mean? And I should be 100% confident that those are gonna go in. It shouldn't be doubtful. If you ever do anything that's an extreme sport, you can't have dart. You can't have doubt. You can't, or as Josh would say, you can't have no in your heart. You just have to be able to fully believe in what you're doing. That's what makes people very good at things. They don't, if your brain's a computer, the RAM, if you know what RAM is for a computer, it's essentially how much it can process at one time. It's the processing power of a computer. The processing power of your mind of juggling all these ideas can be overloaded. And that can lead to, I don't know, like anxiety or like a panic attack if you have too many things on your mind that you're juggling and you're spiraling, thinking of one that leads to three thoughts, and then you have to think about how those three will go. Mental RAM, keeping your mind available, a lot of open storage space for mental processing is something that makes people really good at activities, whether it's basketball, skateboarding, I don't know, politics, debating, having open RAM so you can throw things into your RAM from your storage to process faster. I gotta keep throwing with my right arm. You guys keep distracting me. I feel like I'm having a lot of fun conversations today. I'm enjoying. You ever just enjoy hearing yourself talk? I don't particularly think I have a good voice for radio, but I think I have good ideas in the way I convey. My thoughts are fun. I think I'd be a good writer. Good writing. I actually won an award in college, a certificate of recognition for speaking at the Santa Clara University Writers Conference, where I had a full presentation in front of the whole committee of people who were there to give their speeches on the research. So I presented my research, gave a speech on it, got my certificate as an excellent communicator, and yeah, it was really cool. But I didn't really pursue communications, even though that was my undergraduate. I went to SF State, graduated with a bachelor's in communication studies and a minor in health studies. And then I went to Cal Poly Pomona and got my master's in business administration. So that's a funny way to stick an axe. So that's my educational background, in case you're wondering. Someone's yelling profanities on the intersection near my house. Unfortunately, where I live, there is a problem with people who need mental health services and people who have a lack of housing opportunity. And it's sad to see. I'm definitely trying to work on my housing and financial stuff constantly trying to get level up, but it can be a hard one to find, especially nowadays. As you saw at our No Kings stream, it's a tough time for everyone. Tough time for everyone except for the people who are super rich, who are getting all the money. Everyone else kind of screwed over, and you add AI on top of that, where everyone's just not choosing to hire a human. It's really a good time to start your own. Start your own, and that's what this is. This is a side bet. This is a side bet on a new opportunity of life to get full time axe and knife partnerships. Be great life. If you watch some of our long form content, you'll notice we do a lot of axe and knife throwing in the woods, and we want to get back to that. But here's the rundown, right? So there's me and Josh who run Danger's Edge. This is me. This is Josh. We run Danger's Edge. We lived in the Bay Area together. Then Josh moved 400 miles north to Washington, and I moved 300 miles south to LA. So now we are about 900 miles away from each other, give or take 100. And with that, it's really hard to meet up and do these camping adventures like we used to. But that's the goal for Danger's Edge, is to get enough money from all this partnerships and such to meet up and film the real content we want to, which is wilderness axe and knife throwing. And you can go check out some of our best stuff from that in the channel. Go check out Perfect Days. Perfect Days is a beautiful video, and the Yosemite remastered video. Go check those two out, and you'll really understand what we want to do with this channel, what kind of beautiful content we want to make. Yeah. So I'm gonna throw two more, and I'm gonna check the chat because I haven't looked in a while. This is the Western throw. You're gonna hold it like this. You're gonna throw it underhand. It's a very fun. It feels like a Western shootout. That's why we call it the Western. And this is your regular underhand. So instead of a Western, it's like this. So there's two different ways to underhand an axe. Let's check the chat. How are we doing, everybody? Okay, we got a comment here. Thinking about making a few thrower. What do you prefer in knives? Oh, okay. What's up, Adam? How you doing? Yeah. So, what do I prefer in knives? That's a great question. In fact, this is our logo. This is the Danger's Edge logo. It's a very poor embroidery of it. We're working on it, but this is my ideal knife, and it's very similar. It's very similar to these. These are the Sureflight 12-inch by Cold Steel. We call them the pins on the channel here because they look like bowling pins. These are almost my ideal knife. My ideal knife is it's symmetrical, right? So you're not going to have a knife that's asymmetrical like this. My ideal knife is symmetrical. My ideal knife is maybe a little thicker than this. This is probably like, I don't know, 1/6 of an inch, 1/8 perhaps. So maybe like, I don't know about that. You'll have to figure that part out. But 12 inches is the smallest knife I prefer to throw. This is a 10-inch, and when you get a bigger knife like this, it rotates slower. It's easy. There's more weight, so you can feel what you're doing more. Very small pencil-y knives like this are really light, and I don't know if you've ever tried to throw like uh, a pencil compared to like a baton, but the baton is way easier to control. So that's why I like longer, bigger knives. So these Sureflight symmetrical. My critique of this knife is that it doesn't need this hole. You don't need a hole for like a, I don't know, like a belt thing. That's not needed. That's just a waste of space. Sometimes when you throw, you will feel that traction, and it's just not needed. Um, I think that one thing I would change about these knives as well is that this ridge, I want it sharper because when you no spin, you're pushing down on this ridge. That's where you get a lot of power. And I want that ridge to be tighter, like a tighter wave. It's very mellow. It's like a swell. I want like a surf wave, probably more like the inside of this one, like that kind of whoosh. That's where you can get a lot of power with your no spin because you're pushing on that to release it. Here's an example. I'll do a no spin for you. So watch this finger. I'll try and like keep it slow. Do you see how I like push my finger down that ridge? That's the whole no spin. That's the gambit. And it's really fun. Oh, I got to bounce back. Always be ready for the bounce back. It's like those knives are great for it. It's like my most preferred, but I would like to experience with the sharper ridge for that no spin like pump. So that's what I would recommend. If you want to make a knife like that and send it to us, we will gas you up like crazy. We got a big deal coming up, everyone, for the 27th of October to the 31st. We're partnering with Throw Club. They're going to be sending us all their equipment, and we're going to be showing you guys it and giving you 20% off and 50% off anything you buy from their store through our link. 50% off if you're an early bird special. Otherwise, you got to deal with 20% off. And that's going to be when we start streaming. We're going to just kind of stream abruptly. So it'll be a surprise if you want to hop in and get the 50% off, but then you can hop in whenever to get the 20% off all the Throw Club equipment that we're going to be having here. So it's very exciting. We love partnering with Throw Club. They've given us a lot of great weaponry to throw like this in all of our streams, and they support a lot of small creators. So if you are a knife thrower, axe thrower, you might be able to get on their radar pretty quickly. We've done plenty of deals with them. I'm gonna take a sip and check the chat again. Again, if we get to 15 likes, we will do a backflip in the grass right here. Woo. A backflip every day, and just make it a liking goal for you guys, so we have a bit of a participation. How are we doing, everyone? Got 3 people, 2 likes. Nice. How much battery do I got? We got 25%, so maybe we'll do a couple more challenges. I'm like, I want to pin a can, but I also don't want to get myself signed up for something I don't want to do. Or let's see, maybe we'll go. Let's just hop into it. We're gonna pin this can. We're gonna pin this Diet Dr Pepper. This can is kind of beat up. Let me see. Actually, maybe I should throw a different one for the sake of getting it quicker. So we usually do half spin because that's our fastest. Here's a half spin. So we're gonna do that. We're gonna throw this, and then when the can is falling, the knife is gonna pierce it into the log. This is a classic party trick for axe and knife throwing, but that doesn't mean it's easy. So here we go. Oh. Like I said, we've pinned it first try twice before on stream, and we've pinned it second try twice before on stream. This is definitely one of those things I constantly go back to because we're trying to do gimmicks or segments, I should say. Segments to the lives. The pinning segment has begun. Oh, yes. Who saw that? What was that, third try? Oh man, that's what I'm talking about. That is what I'm talking about. I really did not want to do that for an hour. So third try. We love to see that, folks. We love to see that. Let's go in and check that one out. Third try. That Diet Dr. Pepper is donezo. And we're gonna leave that up there as a trophy. And we're also gonna check out the isn't he a beauty? Isn't he a beauty? King of the castle. Look at me. I have the wall. Beautiful. We get a lot of beautiful life here, even though I live in suburbia. But hey, third try, folks. I am feeling it. That's a good time to stop pinning when you stop while you're ahead. Leave 'em wanting more. Leave me wanting less. But there we go, folks. How was it? How about that? Pin me outside. How about that? Oh, you gotta love that. Thanks for the input. I'll let you know when I get the maid working on a spike hatchet currently. Ooh, yeah, Adam. I would love shoot me a DM at Danger's Edge on Instagram, or you could email us at dangersedge@gmail.com. We're trying to, trying to grow our community of people what we know in the sphere of axe and knife throwing, uh, which has already kind of been growing like crazy since streaming. Just creating a live stream of axe and knife throwing for people to hop into and see people pin. Third try. That one's for you, Adam. I don't know if I can dedicate things to people after I do them, but you gotta love it. Third try, half spin. Now it's like up my energy, my happiness. Sometimes it takes me like 20 minutes to pin because there's this phenomenon that me and Josh coined called the C hole. The C hole. The C hole is the can hole. That's when you're trying to pin a can so long that you actually become so bad at it. You get worse and worse, but you can't stop because like it could be any try. So we avoided the C hole today. We got third try. Ugh. But if I wanted to be mean to myself, I want to be mean to myself, I'd say a few things. I'd say, first of all, Ryan, you pin from the same spot every time, and you always do half spin. So, not the hardest way to do it, I would say. I have pinned cans full spin, half spin, and no spin. I've pinned cans with my axes three different ways. I've pinned cans with my machete, underhand and overhand. But for the sake of the stream, I just don't want it to be boring where you guys are watching me sweat and miss the can a bunch. And it's also loud. So I really try and just do one a day, if even that, because I don't think it's good TV in a sense. Okay, well, cool. We're gonna leave it up because that's now this is a trophy. This is a Danger's Edge trophy. Whenever you get a pin, you leave it up for the stream. Might even leave it up for the night. That's what I did last time. If you watched the start of the stream, you would have noticed that the can was there from yesterday's stream. So let's do as many in a row as we can. One of my favorite challenges. Fill the board. And this is fun because it's like operation. You don't want to hit certain areas and damage. You'll hit your own axe and then the challenge is over. So you got to be careful where you place things. So we're gonna try and play around the board. We're doing a great job right now. Now we're gonna move to axes or knives. And this is also a little harder now because we have one of our knives is already in the board. We have to play around. We're doing a bunch of half spin. So let's get bold and let's do a full spin. Let's do another full spin and another full spin. And now let's do a no spin and another. And that's everything I have out right there. 15 with multiple throws, several targets of different heights, lengths, and angles. We're throwing good today, folks. We're throwing good today. Look at that. And we avoided the can pin. They always call it a can pin. It's not a can't pin. So you gotta believe. You gotta believe. Oh, I'm so stoked we got that can pin. Third try, folks. And then we just powered out a 15 in a row right there. Pow. Oh, that's what I like about this. And I also like about myself. I like that I can enjoy the free things in life. I like that sticking a piece of metal through a piece of metal into a piece of wood can make my day. That's pretty awesome. It's pretty nice to be easily entertained. So, yeah, yeah. We're gonna leave our can pan up. Now, again, I forgot. I'm trying to work out my right arm today, but I keep throwing my left. I keep throwing my left. So we're gonna go back to use these two axes. Actually, I don't want to throw this one. Some of these axes are really damaged. They're not even worth throwing. You're just gonna mess yourself up. I'm gonna throw two more, and I'm gonna check the chat. So give me a challenge. Let me know something I should watch for Halloween. Give me an insult. Tell me your political stance. I'll do one more. I'll give you more time. I'll do one more throw, and at what 15 likes, we're gonna do a backflip in the grass. So get those likes up. I want to do my flip for you guys. Otherwise, I'm just gonna do it off stream like a loser. How we all doing, folks? We got 8 people, 2 likes. We've been throwing for over an hour. We're getting a lot of good workout. Let's adjust this up a little bit. There we go. Whew. Yeah, I'm burning out. So we'll try to hit the hour-and-a-half mark of pure axe and knife throwing. If you want arms like this, that's what it takes. Let's do some underhand. My opposite hand, underhand, is always very weak. I wish I had like that feeling of strength in it a bit more. You know what I mean? It's like inaccurate, but it is what it is. Am I right? Ah, all right, I'm gonna take a water break for a sec, folks. Again, give me a challenge. Give us a like at 15. We're gonna do a backflip. We pinned the can third try today, so that's beautiful. There's Diet Dr. Peppers actually, because when I pinned the can first try last week, it was a Diet Dr. Pepper. And if you're wondering, that's about right here is about 8 feet away, maybe. So not the farthest pin. Like I said, I try to get them quick for the stream because I don't think it's fun to watch me struggle. But in case you're wondering too, right here is about 8 feet. This is where I pin stuff. Right about here on this carpet is about 12 feet. 12 feet, actually, hang on. I'm a size 10 and a half. I'm a size 10 and a half. So if we start like that, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 is at the carpet. 11, 10 and a half. 12, 13, 14 is halfway over the mat. So someone in the chat, let me know, what is 10 and a half times 14 inches? So 10.5 times 14 is how far I throw from. But 10 times 10.5, what is that? 105 inches is where I throw from for pinning, I think. Ugh. All right, let's keep going, keep throwing. If you guys want to, put a skateboard emoji in the chat if you want to see me do my leg workout. I'm just gonna skate a bit. I've actually been putting it off because the streams have been so successful. I feel obligated to put all my energy into axe and knife throwing. And I have not been doing as many tray flips this week. Tray flips, frontside flips, varials, hard flips. Still trying to fucking switch flip. Made me swear because I actually am upset. I have not been able to switch flip. Oh, and our squirrel's back. I don't know if you guys saw the squirrel for a second there, but we got a lot of life out here. We got a lot of life out here. We got a lot of life out here. I'm gonna check the chat after I throw two more. Give you guys a second to comment, but I'm not checking the chat all the time, so I want to give you guys a heads up and be like, hey, I'm gonna look in a second. So if you have something to say, give me a challenge. 15 likes, we do a backflip. Let me know if you want to see some skateboarding. Give me a challenge on the board here, or if you want to talk about something particular, we can talk about all sorts of controversial topics. I'm gonna throw two more, and then I'll let you. Then I'll check. Then I'll check. So give me something. Give me a poop emoji. Give me a skateboard emoji. Let's see what's up. We got three people watching. Adam, you still here, man? How you doing? I'm winding down. I'm burning out, folks. I'm burning out, folks. I think this stream, I felt like I was talking about some good stuff, and I'm actually inspired by myself. That's actually a really good trait, is being able to inspire yourself. I'm inspiring myself to finish my workout, shower, and get back to the grind, get back to the things that I want to achieve this year. You know what I mean? I've been talking a lot too, so I'm gonna go nonverbal for a bit. Let's do a double throw. There's gonna be two rotations of the axe, so I gotta get closer to you guys here. There it is. There it is. Two double rotations. See, once you know your distances, you just gotta remember who you are. Remember who you are. I think it's from Lion King. I think we're gonna watch Lion King today. I had this weird vibe where I was like, Lion King sounds like, oh wow, Lion King sounds pretty cool right now. I think the music from Lion King, but not the music you think I'm thinking about. I think it's like the music without words is just very good. Very good music. Most of the music I listen to actually has no lyrics. I listen to like a lot of lo-fi and ambiance kind of vibes. I like music where there's not lyrics. And I like lyrical music, but I'm not like searching it out. I'm looking for like a long 3-hour playlist to listen to while I'm like working out or something. Not necessarily like something I have to change every 3 minutes when the song ends, you know. Whew. We've been working out, folks. We're pushing it. This was all about pushing yourself. Keep throwing. Keep throwing. This is the funnest arm workout I could possibly think of. So that's why we're doing it. That's why we're keeping strong. Well, that's a weird one. That's a weird one. Ugh. Keeping strong, keeping going. I'm actually noticing when I throw with my opposite arm, I throw from farther away. I don't know why I'm doing that. Maybe I should. Because if I was throwing, let's see, when I throw on this side with my axe, I'm right here. So let's throw from right here. That's about the same. I'm just getting tired, folks. We've been throwing for over almost an hour and a half of nonstop axe and knife throwing while talking, while being sick with it. Let's check the chat. Let's check the stream. What battery we got? We got 4 viewers, 2 likes, and we've been going for not 100, 76 minutes. So I think we're gonna do a final challenge. We're gonna do a final challenge. Final challenge. Should we do? Let's just do them all. Let's do them all again. Let's do them all again. Here we go. But we'll even mix it up. We'll actually let's restart. We're gonna do a hard challenge. We're gonna do our 15 in a row, but we're also gonna do a mix of different styles and different arm. So here we go. So that's one with that one. We're gonna go back to our right arm. And now we're on to knives. Now we're on the knives, folks. We got 15 here, or 10. We got 15 in total here. Here we go. That was 15. We got first try. Maybe I'm too good. Maybe I'm just too good, folks. Look at this. 5 axes, 10 knives, first try. 4 targets, 4 different types of knife, 5 different types of knife, and 4 different types of axe. All different weights, shapes, and sizes. Using both arms. Although for the knives I did easy. I did one type of throw the whole time for knives. So I forgot to challenge myself there. Sorry, folks. I'm gonna pick these all up. This log up here is very loose. It's not actually tethered to anything, so surprised it stayed in place. We're gonna leave our trophy. We're gonna leave our trophy up there. All right, folks, we're gonna take a water break real quick. We're gonna take a quick water break. Freaking great stream today. Good vibes. All right, we're gonna end it there, folks. Thanks for watching. We're actually gonna get a screenshot, so we're gonna use the chat. We're gonna put a screenshot with the chat right there. Little fun trick I do. See if we can pull this back a bit. And maybe we'll do it like this. All right, sweet. Thanks for watching. Got my workout. I'm gonna do some leg workout now. And yeah,